and thank you for watching. This is Blue Streak TF here with Transformers Combiner Wars Optimus Maximus. So this is the Combiner Wars Optimus Maximus team from 2016, I believe. So these are a little bit older figures, but I got these guys, minus him, for a birthday when I was young, and they were just so special to me. I just wanted to take a look at them here. So we're going to be taking a look at each one of these guys individually. You know, one video about one guy and next about the next. Anyway, but first, just gonna kind of go through who each of these are. So we have Ironhide here, Mirage, Optimus Prime, Sunstreaker, Prowl, and Hot Rodimus, whatever his name was back then. So today we're first gonna take a look at Ironhide. Here we have Ironhide in his pickup truck mode, where he looks really cool. You know, he's a really cool old rugged pickup truck. A little bit different from the van in G1 and whatever, but that's fine. That's cool. This is a cool truck. Yeah, up front here on the front bumper, you can tell that I'm missing a wheel. Lots of play. Aside from all the scuffs and dings, if you'll just ignore that please, you can see some very nice detailing with some gunmetal gray on there. Large air scoop with an Autobot logo on the top. A little bit wonky looking, that's okay. Some nice glittery metallic blue there on the windshield. And you got some detailing up here, it looks very nice. And then you have some nice molded wheels. Those look really cool. And then, you know, you got this yellow stripe running the length of the truck, except for that hole there. That also looks really cool. And then you got some more gunmetal gray for the back bumper with his feet sticking out there. It's okay. You also have the backs of his hands sticking out there in the bed, which is like a classic Transformers pickup bed. There's like no bed to it. There's just nothing. It can't really store anything. That's okay. I think it looks fine. You got these swoop things up here. It just looks cool. So yeah, there's the bottom with all the Combiner Warsy robot stuff. That's okay. I don't display these guys upside down. Now we're going to take a look at his accessories. So up first we have this axe, which is molded really nicely. I think it looks very cool. It makes me think of like an engine, but an axe, and it's really cool. You got this peg on here where you can peg it onto the side like that, so we can blast stuff with the bottom of his axe, or you know, you can put it on this side and then just have some storage going on, or you can just stick it in there and have a like a banner or whatever on that. Anyway, and then of course he does come with the standard Combiner Wars hand-foot accessory, and this one is molded really cool. It's a little bit disappointing that this section back here isn't in that same silver paint, but still, that looks very nice. Some very cool detailing on that. It just looks cool. And you know, on the bottom side, you just got his fingers sticking out there. So the way that this stores on here, you've got that little slot right in there, and a little tab here. So you just want to take this and slide it right on like that. And now you've got your armored pickup truck, Ironhide. And that looks cool. So I think now we're going to get into the transformation of this guy. So let's get to it. Zoom out a little bit here. So first what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this front section and open it all up on that hinge there. And then we're gonna come around here to the knee pads and just rotate all this down like that. And then you're gonna take just kind of break this apart, or not break, just like untab that. And then this will extend down on these black double hinges. So you just want those to go straight. Make sure these tabs are facing forward. And then these tabs will go into these slots in here. So just snap that into place on both sides. Like that. And then you spread the legs, and then you got those done. And then, pardon me, you'll take this black hinge here and this whole arm assembly and just raise it up like so, and then untab, and then rotate it down, and then untab these shoulder panels because they're just tabbed right in there, and then just rotate them flat like so. Take this here and make sure that these pegs, or not pegs, these side panels go into those slots there, just like that. And then, last but not least, you just want to take his head, rotate it around, and there you have Combiner Wars Ironhide in his robot mode, which is very cool. It's very cool, in my opinion. You have his head sculpt here. It's a very Ironhide head sculpt. He's just kind of glowering and whatever. And then, you got that black peg there. Some nice metallic blue going on there for like the chest window or windshield, whatever. Then you got some nice gunmetal gray on his sides. Autobot logo there. Some gray plastic. Not a ton of detailing going on in this guy, but what is there is very cool. You got some gunmetal shock absorbers there on the front of his knees. Just some really cool detailing on him. So he does have a bit of a backpack, but all Combiner Wars figures have that, so it's kind of forgivable. You got some more spring detailing in there, some wires. He's cool. Articulation wise, his head can sort of look up and down. Not really. You get some side to side movement because it's on a ball joint, and then it rotates 360 degrees around. His shoulders, if you get the shoulder pad out of the way, they can rotate 360 degrees. They can go out, go in, about like that. And then you get elbow bend, forward and back, and then you get a bicep swivel, which is still pretty snug on mine. As I haven't used that one a whole lot actually. It does have a waist rotation, which rotates all the way around. His legs can kick forward. His hips are on ball joints, so they can go back like that. They can go out. It does have a thigh rotation, a knee bend, very good. Nothing at the feet, and that is Ironhide's articulation. Now, as far as accessories go, you can take his axe, and you can either just plug it onto his wrist like that as a blaster, or on this side is just like a wrist-mounted axe. You can slide it onto his hand, either hand like that, and then now Ironhide has his axe. And then you can take, raise the camera a little bit. You can take this accessory piece. You can either plug it onto his hand as like a handheld blaster, which looks pretty cool, or you can just plug it onto the side like that, and then have it as like a sort of shield. So he's got an axe and shield like that going on. I don't know. But yeah, that is Combiner Wars Ironhide, and it's a very well done figure in my opinion for Combiner Wars, just being repaints of other characters. But this is a cool toy. I think it's very cool. Now, if you liked this video, you can like it or leave a comment. If you haven't subscribed, I would ask you if you could please do that. Remember that Jesus loves you, and he would do and has done everything he can do to save you, which no one else can do what he did. It's an ultimate display of love when he died for you and then rose again. He is alive, and in heaven he's coming back. So once again, thank you, and I will see you next time.